Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube fam? It's the same like here representing Team JVS. I'm back here again for another movie review. The name of this movie is called Raya and the Last Dragon. So this is another Walt Disney Studios animation. Same Walt Disney animation that gave you Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, of course, Frozen, Moana, Big Hero 6. Ironically, the actual director, Don Hall, actually did direct Big Hero 6, wrote Moana, and also wrote like something like Meet the Robinsons. You also got written credits from Adele Liam. Adele Liam also did, he was the writing credits for Crazy Rich Asians, which a lot of the cast members are from that. And you also got Q Nguyen, who's also a co-writer for this one. But let's go ahead and just break down what this movie actually is all about. So when I first, saw the initial trailer for Raya and the Last Dragon, I kind of was like, yo, this looks like what the intensity of Mulan should have been. Like the hype behind the way this first trailer hit, I was kind of just like, yo, this looks epic. The fights, the choreography, the animation looks engaging. I was like, okay, I can't wait for this movie to come, But I had no idea. You could have never told me that in a year where you had Jing Zai, Wolf Walkers, Lupin the Third, the movie, that Raya and the Last Dragon would be, in my opinion, contention to be one of the best animated films this year, technically this year, because I don't know if it's going to be an Oscar contention because it should. I will tell you up front, this is a 10 out of 10 animated feature, period. Like this is that good. And I'm going to try to break down the whys and the in-betweens, but without going over long, the film itself was animated so beautifully. Like it looks so gorgeous. Like this shot right here of a specific character, I'm not going to go into details of, but the backdrop, the depth of field, the lighting in this is so amazing because you can gauge the depth of field and understanding of where and the positioning of the character so that when there's a fight sequence going on or when there's a water effect or light is hitting the water or light is hitting the actual character designs and architecture, it looks real. It's so good that I really was caught off guard by how good it looked. But the other thing about it, the character expressions, the looks, the mannerisms, the visual aesthetics of the motion cues of the way that the characters are processed are genius level. And I thought that, when Frozen 2, you saw like the sequence when she's running at the wave. Like I thought that those water effects were good, but this is it. This is where you're getting to masterclass level right now. But again, I haven't even gone into the snaps of what this movie is about. But I feel like these are important things to actually know because the soundtrack is even better. Like the soundtrack hit, like the drums, the elemental atmospheres of it. But even this is something for the first time, and I can say this because I've been, we're all in a quarantine. I really do wish this was one of those films I could see in 3D in the theater. Like this, the way that they allow certain actions and motions and characters to progress in this, especially with some of the flight and stuff. I really wish I could see this in theaters. This is so good, but I will tell you, I would definitely be buying this on 4K and Blu-ray. If they had a 4K 3D version like they did with like Alita Battle Angel, I hope they freaking do. But let's go ahead and break down the synopsis of this. In the realm known as Kumandra, a reimagined Earth inhabited by an ancient civilization, a warrior named Raya is determined to find the last dragon that will go, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil any of it. I really feel like you should just go and check out this film on March the 5th. It is worth it. If you don't hear anything more that I hear right now, I promise you, it is worth the premiere access. This is something that you have been waiting for people that have families that are kind of like, oh, well, I want a good action, this is it. For people that are like, oh man, I want something that, the kids can like and engage and bubbly about, you got dragons. You got flying dragons in this. You got action in it. You got animation that's out of this world. But at its core, it really is about trust. It's about family. It's about self-sacrifice. It's about moving from hopelessness into something more, and the rallying behind camaraderie. Like, it is so much. But anyway, that's not final spill on that. You got Kelly Marie Tran that plays the role of Raya. She does an amazing job, from her comedic timing, from her voice acting, from her range. When she's mad, you feel it. When she is upset, you feel it. When she is in this kind of recluse, but really sarcastic kind of way, you feel it. Everything about her character, you feel through her performance. And I think that at her core, sometimes she doesn't feel like the main character, but that's okay, because she invokes something in every single character that she's in contact with, which makes this so much better. Because again, you have little bubbly characters like this that, she greets when she's much younger, and it interestingly evolves into something more. But then you have other characters, like I said, with this character, and you're like, okay, what does this mean? This character has her own backdrop, her own backstory. This is played by Gemma Chan in Namari, and she also was in Crazy Rich Asians as well. But she is a very complicated character who has a lot of history, and also a rivalry kind of situation going on that you don't expect. But then you have this sweetheart right here, this bundle of joy that's not necessarily a bundle of joy when you first see her, but she will take your whole heart and run with it. And the way that they round out this, honestly, the last act of this film got me very emotional. It got me very emotional. I was not prepared for the lengths of the way that this story was going to go. Nor did I understand that this story is taking place in a post-apocalyptic situation, that the things that are happening around with the dragons, what happened to the dragons, what is the threat? What is the imminent threat? Why is Raya going and seeking out the dragons? Why is Raya going? What is she actually looking for? Certain moments in this actual animated film made me feel like levels of oh man, this is like a Tomb Raider situation. Oh wait, no. You got different tribes of people all across the different makes and walks of this. Is this more like, Avatar? And then when you get into the different supernatural aspects of it, you're kind of like, oh wow, what is this really? And I think that that's where you're gonna have to go into the Awkwafina's character, who is Sisu. Sisu is amazing, because when you first meet her, she's very funny and weird and awkward, very Awkwafina. She's just going for it. But then her character evolves, and the way that her character evolves, she becomes the focal point to why we need help, why we need camaraderie, why we need to hope and trust again. And the way that they use her character is so pivotal to the essence behind what the premise of this film is, that it's not just that she's this, cookie cutter dragon that's just kind of walking around and making funny quips and has these other weird moments that happen with her. No, it's deeper than that. And every single character that's in this film is impacted by who and what she really truly is, outside of just being a actual dragon. And I think that that's where this film actually shines, where it's normally okay, you got this, this creature that everybody is looking for and striving to get and wants. But no, it's more than just that. There's levels to why, if I could say anything more than that. And again, you have so many different amazing characters in this film. that I really truly did love. Like this character right here, like as soon as you see him, every single character, honestly, like Benedict Wong's got a character in this one. As soon as you see the characters, you're kind of like, oh wow, I love this character. Oh wow, they're so different, you know, and they have their own backdrop, they have their own story, they have their own engagement. And yet at the same time, they're still evolving. They still need help. They still are lacking something. And as we're progressing through the story, we're gaining so much more through the process of each and every moment they go through. Again, I have left this completely spoiler free, so I haven't told you what the actual antagonist is. I haven't told you what's really happening, nor the consequences. But I will warn you, there are some scary moments. There are some heartbreaking moments. As much as there's funny, there is equally action and stylized. I don't want to say magic necessarily, but definitely some supernatural things that are happening that will take your breath away, in all honesty. This is a 10 out of 10 film, as I said in the beginning, and I highly recommend you go to Disney Plus. And if you can preview it, you know, go and definitely check out a preview or a trailer, but take my advice on this one. This is gonna be a amazing ride for you. It's near perfect. And I can't wait to see it again. I hope I'll be able to get it on 4K UHD. If I can recommend one thing from Disney Plus, if you can do that, or Walt Disney in general, please release this out in 4K comboed with the 3D version, because this, as a 3D film, I really wish the theaters were open to be able to see this and witness this. And I can't wait to share this with everybody else around me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this review. Make sure you like, hit the bell button, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys much later. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Have a blessed one, guys. Peace.